Christopher de Santiago with MMA Island here today with Majid Corbett, 26-year-old Division II All-American fighting out of South Carolina. Majid, how's it going
So,
today?
dude, it's going great. It's a little cloudy, but we just got done playing some golf. But I'm having a good day. How about yourself, bro?
Pretty good, man. Can't complain. I think we're like 2 weeks removed from your a big tournament win at Gamma in Indonesia of all places. How was that for you?
Dude, it was sick, man. It was a pretty good tournament. I think I fought pretty well. Being a bunch of different styles thrown at me, and it was just an awesome experience. I get to travel the world. I get to see different parts of the world, see how other people live in their culture and things like that. But it was a really great experience overall. From the people there, the tournament itself, and everything in between. It was awesome.
hmm And when did you start training? You're 26 now. How long was that transition for you?
Uh, Not too long, bro. I got done with my last year in college, my sixth year because I had a COVID and a redshirt year. I got done with college 2022 of March, and I dove right into it in June of 2022. So I was full time training, like training 6 days a week, two, three times a day. Doing boxing, doing jujitsu, doing kickboxing, putting all my game together and stuff like that. So since really the summer of 2022 is when I was completely dove into everything.
Awesome, man. And did you see yourself fighting in places like Indonesia and Uzbekistan and Thailand at such a young age in your career?
Nah, dude, I would have had no clue, honestly. I mean, I really started this, like, it started off from wrestling, and my biggest thing about, like, wrestling, what kept me in was, like, traveling, like, just to see in the little parts of South Carolina translate into me, like, seeing, big parts of the world. So, I think that's a big factor for me is, like, getting to go around and see these different places and stuff like that. Like, we stopped in Tokyo, and, dude, I cannot wait to fight in Tokyo, and I want to fight in Tokyo so bad. So, fighting in different places is just like it's awesome to me. I think it's such a blessing.
hmm So, how many fights did you have over there in Indonesia? Was it one or two? And like, how would you say the experience went in terms of like, were you impressed with how you were able to do in those fights?
So yeah, man. So I had three fights. I had my first fight against a guy from Spain who was a pro, and he had a pretty straight stand-up game, and he had some pretty good jujitsu. So I had to be cautious a little bit everywhere, and you know, asking me personally, was I impressed with my performance and how well I can do? Not necessarily. You should have seen my face after I did my little dance out my cage. I wasn't really too happy with how I fought in the finals, and you can ask Coach Reed, Coach Carl. I looked at him. I was like, "Yo, I'm sorry." He's like, "Nah, you're fine." Da, 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 da. But it's things we got to work on. I know I can do better than we can see so far. But so limited. So being the rule sets and things like that, I'm not free to do whatever I want and make it exciting and put guys away, and the time limit as well. So I think having a little bit more time and being a little bit more dangerous and malicious with what I can use my weapons with, I think the game would be awesome for me. It'll lighten up, and you guys will see some awesome performances. And I'll start to be a little bit more happy.
hmm You have experience across MMA and boxing, and so I guess at this stage of your career, do you still want to compete as an amateur, get more experience under your belt, or do you actually want to make the move to being a pro soon?
Uh, Dude, I'm definitely wanting to make the move, but I think one more little run at a little amateur Gamma World title again, amateur pro Gamma World title again. I think it'd be really great for me. Even possibly the biggest thing I think is having a big fight on a fight pass with LFA, like a top Emmy in the state or in the country. It don't even or country, the world. It don't even matter. LFA, find somebody for me. Find the top Amy at 145 or 135, and I'll be happy. We'll get it done wherever you guys want. But I think that's big for me is getting that exposure, fighting on a high level, high big main card, something on like Fight Pass where a lot of my friends and family can watch and stuff, and fans can watch. And I think it's just like a great platform to keep building my brand. But after fighting, hopefully fighting an LFA fight, amateur fight, we'll do the Gamma tournament, get some more experience there, and then we're turning pro. We're diving all the way in because ready to make that jump, ready to make that leap, start making some cheddar, some paper. But yeah, man, starting to put my coaches on game, and let's just kind of keep moving and start to jump the ranks.
hmm I believe you come from a wrestling background, but how would you describe your fighting style inside the cage?
Oh man, how would I describe my fighting style in the cage? I don't know, man. It's I just kind of go with the flow. However, we get down, get boogie. Dude, it's funny. My brother says, "Man, I can't even tell if you're a wrestler anymore." He's like, "You either a boxer or a wrestler." How much I stay on my feet and throw punches and stuff. But I don't want to be one of those wrestlers who fall in love with a striking and just do striking and fall away from his true art and his true instincts. But man, I feel like I do a good job when guys come in and I crash and I wrestle them. Or, I feel like I got you on the edge or something like that, or you're backing off, I'll take a shot or something like that. But man, dude, I've just loved striking so much, and it's a fun game for me to play, and I think I have the advantage. So why not stay there? So I stay there until I feel like things are a little sketchy, and then I go to where my instincts lie, where I've mastered a sport at. I get to wrestling, get to my grappling, and just start pummeling guys there. But yeah, if it ain't too sticky or too savvy for me, man, I'm gonna stay up there. I'm gonna beat your face in. I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna hurt your legs, hurt your body. Like, sucks for you.
Hmm. Most definitely, man. And I believe a lot of the techniques you learn are from No Worries Academy. I guess how did you get acquainted with that gym and Carl Reed over there?
Well, Carl Reed has been my coach since I was like 17 or 18 in college, and at the time he was fighting and he was training with Stephen Wonderboy, and I watched him through his fight career, and I seen him on the Dana White Contender Series twice, and he was the only person around me that was doing exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to fight, and I was doing whatever it would have take to do that. So I got lucky with him being, my coach in college, one of my wrestling coaches in college. And yeah, I just said I just wanted to do it. So I asked him, if I can just be in his back pocket or follow him around because he was the closest person to that. But besides that, yeah, I stuck around with him and he decided to make his own gym, to build his own gym, and that's what is No Worries Academy. And dude, it's just been me and him training since training in the wrestling room to the garage in his house to the shed over at No Worries Academy. Like, yeah, he's a big reason for my game development. But he's not the only reason. I got my boxing coach Teddy Cruz already involved. Dude, I got another striking coach named Cody Freeland over at USC Greenville. He's coached a lot of great guys like Justin Scoggins. You guys got to see his striking. Like, I want mine to be like his, like Stephen Thompson's, like the best in the world. Like those guys get hit and don't get hit. And excuse me, those guys hit and don't get hit. But freaking no, I got amazing striking coaches. I got amazing coaches all around, my jiu-jitsu coaches. But yeah, man, me and Carl, we get in the academy and we put it all together. Everything Teddy taught me that morning, everything Cody taught me that morning, we piece it together, make it work. There you go. That's what you're watching.
Hmm. I guess kind of what going back to square one and before this journey of yours started, was there like a certain fighter or like a movie that inspired you to be a fighter?
Nah, yeah, there's this highlight clip on YouTube. I think it's what's this? It's like some UFC highlights, but the song on it is "A la Boumaye" with the game, Two Chains, I think Rick Ross or something like that. But that highlight, I remember watching that as like a freshman in college and like getting the goosebumps and the shivers when I watched it, getting so hyped up. But that was one where I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. Like I remember watching that video and being like, yeah, 100% I'm doing this. And I would say what else? What else was like a movie? I wasn't really a big movie guy. I always just kind of liked to fight. I remember seeing some like UFC fights on Spike TV back when they were having it on Spike, and I would always
Hmm.
just find a way to like kind of watch it a little bit and stuff. And I was in and out of it. I wanted to be a big football guy. I live in the South, so football was king of all. Like fighting was just crazy. You just fought on the streets if you were fighting. But um and where I'm from, yeah, we don't have too many boxers or anything like that, like too many combat guys from here. But yeah, nah, man, it was just that and just the people around me that were just doing what they were doing. They were just some savages, and I wanted to be a savage. And, that was really it.
How does your like family and friends kind of what was their kind of first initial reaction to you fighting inside a cage?
All right, well, so family, it depends on which side you ask, but they weren't really too fond of it. I told my real dad, I told him when I wanted to fight, he was like, that shit's real, and I was like, yeah, I do, and so and then now my family's like starting to get groove to it. They at first they're like, I don't know, you sure you want to do this? It's kind of crazy, and they just want you to be safe, man. They just want to take you, make sure you take the safe route. They want to care for you, and things like that. Like, cause fighting, not only is it not physically safe, but it cannot be financially safe in some sorts, depending on how you run your career, if you're a good fighter or not, if you can market things like that. But um, it was just something that they had to buy in a little bit to, and I think they're a little bit bought in now. So they're pushing me, and they're so excited about me, and they ask all kinds of questions, and it's nothing I can't do but love it, and I appreciate it. But my friends, that's a different story. All of them wanted me to do this thing, boy. They're all like, "Let's go, let's go, let's go!" And so, yeah, yeah. I think it was a long time coming. I think a lot of people were waiting for it, and yeah, I think a lot of people are happy with the journey and how it's going so far. Hopefully, I can keep that up for 'em.
That's awesome, man. And it's always good to take things like one day at a time. But I guess where do you see yourself in a few years? Like, is the UFC one of the big ultimate goals for you, or like what do you want to do with your
Yeah,
career?
yeah, man. I think that's really kind of the ultimate goal, the highest goal. Like the best guys, the best fighters, in the world fight for the UFC. And you can have your debates about that. Like, there's some guys at 35 and other divisions that could, probably beat guys in the UFC in their division and stuff like that. And that's where I kind of want to come in and kind of change the game up a little bit. And hopefully be able to work with Dana and some guys and some matchmakers in the sense of like, yo, let me get a 1 or 2 fight contract with you guys, and then have a fight with one of these guys over, not necessarily in the in their promotion, but like let's sign a guy from another promotion to fight me. If they think he's the best 35er in the world from Bellator, like let's fight it. Let's find out because I don't like the comparison to people like, well, I don't know. This guy from this promotion can beat that guy, and it's like, well, let's actually find out. Don't we do this? Don't we fight? So, bring this guy over. Let's have a fight. Get this business side done. But dude, where I see myself in the next couple of years, 100% in the UFC. Like you said, we take it a day at a time, take it a step at a time. I don't necessarily want to. Oh, I don't know. I don't necessarily want to take like what is it? What is the Ultimate Fighter route? I rather do like a contender series, or even if I don't have to do a contender series, and they just sign me because I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting asses in seats, and I'm knocking guys out, putting guys away, making everything exciting, bringing money to the game. You know, we won't take that route. We'll take the better route. But I definitely see myself in the UFC. Probably about I don't know. I don't really know the time range on how long I'll be fighting, how many fights I'll have, but around fight 4 to 6, I'll probably be getting some calls and some looks at things like that. 4, 5, 4, 5, and 6 as a pro. I'll probably get some calls from like LFA, probably UFC. It don't really matter to me, but
That's
I'm
awesome,
fighting against
man.
the
And
best fighter in the world.
for sure, dude. Well, that's great to hear. And I think that's all the questions I had for you today. I just want to thank you again for the time. Where can the fans find you on social media?
Yeah, bro. The fans can find me. They can find me on my Instagram at Mac Corbett 135. So pretty much MAC in my last name 135, and that's my YouTube as well. So if you can find me, I'll vlog and everything on my YouTube. I'm vlogging my journey from the start and the beginning of this, all the way till Lord knows the end. I might be vlogging till I'm like 55 years old and tell you guys, all right, I'm done with it. But now you can find me on my YouTube at the same username that I have is on my Instagram. Same with my TikTok. You can go on my TikTok, find my name, MACORBETT 135, Matt Corbett. And same with just on my Facebook. My name is Majid Corbett, and you can find me on there. But yeah, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, I'm all on there, and you just look my name up, Majid Corbett.